Yuwale. Back here with another episode of Engineering Series, episode 2. If you haven't watched the first episode, please go ahead and check that out. It'll be under my channel, Well Graded, and it's easy to find. You just get there and watch it. If you haven't done so, please watch it before you start watching this video. I would definitely recommend for you to watch the first one, so whatever it is that I say here on the second video can have more weight and effect on you. And so for those of you that have already watched it, and you've answered the questions that I told you to ask yourself, and you've answered them truthfully, you've answered them to the full extent, and you've done your due diligence on the research that I asked you to do, then we're on to the next step. Now, the next step, you might be thinking, okay, let's start. Let's do it. What do I expect my first semester? How do I, what do I do on the first day of school or my first semester or whatever? Before we get there, I even tell you about all these things that you can do to advance in your engineering profession, in your engineering career, you got to get these 4 things out the way first, man. These are like very important. 2 of them are going to be more or less of your onboarding process, right? Or 3 of them. The three of them are going to be more like your onboarding process. And you got to be real careful with these because you do not want to make the mistakes that I made going into this program. And you want to save yourself a lot of trouble and a lot of money. So please do follow these 3 steps that I'm about to tell you. And the fourth really is not related to engineering or the engineering program per se, but it is very fundamental. Okay, because in this phase of your journey as an engineer or as a future engineer, then this phase right here is practically linear, man. You want to be as linear as possible. You want to be like a horse with the blinds on, like you're locked in, and you just want to shoot straight and not deviate the path. You want to lock in and you want to focus because you're investing in yourself, you're investing your time in this and your energy. And you do not want to put effort and then having to deviate all the way or get distracted or have all this other dumb shit around you that might have a negative impact on your performance. And so this phase, before you become a professional, before you go into the professional world, you're going to be very, very linear, man. Very linear. I'm not saying you're going to be very rigid with yourself or very strict or very hard on yourself, but you do want to maintain a linear motion throughout this phase of your life. And so without further ado, let's get started, man. So as most of you know, going to school is very expensive. It's not cheap, man. You gotta put in a good amount of money to get an education, right? I know back where I'm from, there's a lot of those people that say, well, what the fuck would I need to go to school, bro? Like, I've already received enough. All the education I can get, I've already gotten, man. I don't need school. And of course, man, school's not your thing. If you're not looking into the future like that, then by all means, man. But don't get discouraged. Don't let anyone discourage you that school is for suckers, that you gotta pay and do all this other shit. Because at the end of the day, man, you gotta look out for your own. You gotta look out for yourself. And you gotta look out what's best for you, and you gotta think smart, not right there in the moment, not particularly in the moment, but like, look into the future. Like, look into your future and where do you have a vision of yourself. Where do you see yourself? And so, my recommendation is to cut those people off. And if you have people around you that are not motivating you to become a better person or a better individual, cut them off, man. You don't need those people in your life. And so, like I said, yeah, school, it's expensive, man. Fortunately, that's just how it is. The education you'll be getting, it's fundamental, it's necessary. It won't, I'll be honest with you right now, it won't prepare you for when you go out there and look for a job. It won't prepare you for what's to come in your professional career. But it will basically, it's a step that you need to take in order for you to become a competent person, in order for you to become a competent person and validate yourself as someone that can work professionally, right? Although that's just how it is, man. You need to get a bachelor's. That's just how it is, and it shows validity. It shows that you're able. And so like I said, unfortunately, that's just the way it goes, man. You gotta pay for school. I didn't make the rules, man. That's just how it is. But if you don't, if you're not of a wealthy background, or if you know to struggle with money, and not because you don't know how to manage it, it's just that money is not available in your family or whatever. There's resources that you can use. There's a resource that you can use to pay for school, of course. And I know you probably already know what it is that I'm going to be talking about, and that's financial aid, man. Your finances, financial aid. Financial aid will help you pay for school, man. That's just how it is, and that's just how it works. The financial aid will go ahead and tell you, okay, well, what school do you want to go to? Oh, I want to go to XYZ University or XYZ College or what have you. And they'll say, okay, well, awesome. You're going to go ahead and fill out this application, submit it, and we'll get back to you momentarily, right? Obviously not momentarily. It takes about a month or months for them to get back to you. But what it is that once you fill out that application and you put in your information and the information that they request, 75% to 80% of the time, they'll say, you're approved. Of course, you're definitely approved. We understand your living circumstances, so we'll go ahead and send and pay for, and try and pay as much as we can for your schooling. Okay. Now, if you are going into a junior college, whether if you're going to a junior college or a university, they'll give you money regardless, right? But you gotta specify in the application what school you'll be going to, and based on what the information you provided, they'll give you X amount of money, and that'll be allotted towards your tuition. Okay, so make sure you sort that out, man. Financial aid. I'm not one to be telling you how to fill one out or how to go about it. Definitely do use the online tool. It's pretty easy and relatively straightforward. You won't have any issues working with it. If you know someone that has already gone to school and has filled out an application and you don't know and you trust them, ask them, hey, well, how do you do it, or how do you work it? But make sure you communicate your help with anyone around you and help you sort that out. So that's the first thing, man. You gotta sort that out. You gotta sort out your finances. Make sure you have a game plan on how to pay for school. Okay. And when it comes to the game plan, if you have a game plan, it's because sometimes financial aid won't pay off your tuition completely. They'll pay off 80% of it, 85% of it, and so you'll have a 15% balance remaining, right? Which is still quite a bit of money, but it's better than to not having to pay 100% of the balance, right? So if it's 15%, go for it, man. You can get yourself a job in the meantime, work, and pay off that 15%. So that's number one, finances, man. Make sure you have a game plan to sort that out, to sort out your finances to pay for school. Now, number two, this one's a fairly straightforward, no bullshit step. But here's the thing. When there are schools around you that are trying to sell their institution to you, please make sure that they are ABET accredited. But what I mean by that is the acronym ABET is Accreditation Board for Engineering and Technology. So these schools, right? These institutions, they have accreditation. They have to be accredited by state boards or national boards that regulate the things that they do, right? Like, because not just anyone can. There's institutions where people just say like, oh, I have money, I'm gonna open up a school, and I'm gonna sell. I'm gonna sell education. Just gonna put that out there. I'm gonna sell diplomas or whatever. And they'll start going like, oh, enroll with us, and we'll interested in a career in this, interested in a career in that. Oh, by all means, come on over and we'll go, and so on and so forth. So if you buy into it, make sure that they have the right accreditation, that they're ABET certified, especially for us engineers. If they're not ABET certified, don't even bother, man. Now, schools like your Texas Techs, your UCLA's, your BYU. I'm not sure if BYU does have that, but these large universities that we know, your state institutions, they're more than likely to be ABET accredited, and so you don't have to worry about that. But if you do decide to go elsewhere, make sure that they have the right accreditation, the ABET accreditation. If you'd like to look further into it, I suggest you do some research on that as well. That's the second step. Third step. This is a very important step, right? I want to say this might be the most important step that you might want to look into, and this is to inform yourself on the program that you plan to attend or you plan to work on. So, of course, if you've seen my last video, I spoke in the fact that there's plenty of engineering disciplines, right? Electrical, mechanical, civil, industrial systems, environmental, process engineers, whatever you want to call them. Like, there's a whole bunch of disciplines, right? So once you determine what discipline suits you and you want to go for, then you inform yourself on the program that you're gonna be working on. So once you choose the institution that you'll be working on, the institution that you want to attend, do some research, man. Go on their website and see, oh, okay, well, case in point, mechanical engineering program or bachelor's in mechanical engineering. On their website, you look it up, see if they have resources, man. See if they have, like, oh, here's a degree plan, here's like the courses, or like a four-year bachelor's plan or a 4-year study plan, whatever they call them. And they'll say, like, oh, these are the classes that you need to take in order for you to get your bachelor's. That's what you need, man. You need to get a hold of the classes that you need to take so that you can get a bachelor's in the program, in the discipline that you desire. So do that, man. Do that before you even get advised, because that's another step, is to get advised. But do that on your own. Do some research on your own. The more research you do on your own, the better, man. So you can have a better understanding of what you're going into and what you're going to be messing around with, man. So do your diligent research, because the end goal right now in your career is to just get that bachelor's, man. Get that bachelor's, and do it right, man. And do it as linearly and as fast as possible. So, like I said, do your research. Why would I consider this step the most important one? Because if you don't, man, if you go into any school that you choose to desire, whatever, and you just say, I want to become an engineer, and like I said, this is coming from experience, because this is how I approached it. I just want to become a civil engineer, and I just want to get my bachelor's and so on and so forth. And I was just given the runaround, man, with classes. Oh, dude, take this and take that, and before you even knew it, my financial aid was running low, man. And I was like, oh man, like, I'm already running out of my money, man. Like, what the fuck? And before you even knew, turns out that when I did this at a JUCO institution, when I transferred over to main campus, they said, oh, well, you took these classes, but they don't apply to your degree program, man. Sorry, so you're just gonna have to start from the beginning. I was like, what the fuck? What just happened? Man, are you being for real? So, apart from the 2 years that I did in college in JUCO, I had to do another 4 at uni, man, just because I had to start the program from the beginning, man. So I was like, oh, fuck, man, I thought I just had 2 years left, and I'll be done. And so that wasn't the case, man. So do make sure that whatever they say that pertains to your bachelor's, in terms of the programs that you need to take, stick to that, man. Don't let anyone tell you, like, oh, you take fine arts, take culinary classes, and all. Like, man, all of that is bullshit. Like, you'll have some electives in your degree plan that you can take, but don't let anyone tell you, like, oh, don't look out for that shit, bro, because they're just gonna, milk you out of your financial aid. So be aware of that. And like I said, do your research on that. Inform yourself on the program, right? Make sure you inform yourself on the program and see what kind of course material you're going to be working on, and you'll be good, man. So you've already done those 3, right? You've already worked on your finances, you've already found the right institution, and you've already informed yourself of the program that you're going to work on. Now, this last step is more of an advice than like a necessary step, and this is for you to get a routine in, man. Get a routine in, because like I said, this phase of your career, of your academic career, is going to be, you want to treat it as linear as possible, man. You want to remain straightforward and focused, man. You want to lock in and get this out the way, bro. Because really, I mean, you did. I mean, you already done kinder, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10, 11, 12, man. You did all those years of public schooling for you to do another 4 years of public school or schooling. So, I mean, you really just want to do your 4 years in and get out, man, and start working and do your thing, right? So, this fourth step, man, is for you to get a routine in, man. Get a routine, get yourself a good, like a good habit kind of thing. Like, it's like good habits. It's like, what I mean by that is to change your environment a bit more. You know, you don't want to switch up on the people that you're with, like from one day to another. You can't say like, oh, because I'm going to uni, I'm gonna cancel out all these people. Like, no, man, like don't do that. Like, you know, keep your people around and do and have that balance, right? But you still want to lock in. You want to focus. You want to dedicate a little bit more more respect and more focus to your school, because you're investing, right? It's an investment. You want to work on it. You want to work on your investment. So you want to treat it with respect and with integrity as much as you can, man. So do have a routine. And so most of us, man, like I did, like when I first started out, I wasn't, you know, I had the resources to pay for school and I didn't have to work, but I said like, nah, this ain't right for the people around me. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my thing. I'm gonna work. I'm gonna put in my time, work and go to school. Work and go to school. That was it for me. All 4 years of school. That's what I did. I was just work, school, work, school, work, school, work, school. And it was really no other way around, because I was doing that. I was doing, you know, paying off my bills and paying off the things that I needed to pay off on my own, and school as well. Like, and so you want to have that work school relationship. Well, you also want to have a play counterpart to it, right? So what do I mean by play? Man, you just graduated high school, man. You're at the heights of your life, man. So you're getting close to your peak of your young life, and so you definitely want to go out, man. You definitely do want to go out, have fun, have safe fun. Go to concerts, man. If that's your thing, go to concerts. Go out to eat with your boys, or with your girls. Spend time with your family. Go outdoors, work out, man. Get a gym routine if you like gymming. Go out to the gym and go run, swim, whatever it is that you want to do. Like, you want to have that, man. That's very, very important, man, and that's very crucial for you to have. If you don't have that, it's gonna be very, very tough and very hard for you to succeed, man, and to sustain yourself throughout the years. So you want to have that. You want to have that play counterpart to your work and school balance, you know, work and school life. Because really, man, I mean, you're practically grown up, right? And so you got to take care of much more larger responsibilities, but at the same time, you don't want to become too bitter and too consumed by your work and school. So you have that nice play counterpart, man. And don't overdo it though, but do have that around, man. And if you're not that type of person who likes to go out and party and you know, do all the hazardous stuff, stay in, man. Watch a movie, read a book, you know, play music, listen to music, whatever it is that you're into nowadays. But make sure it's safe, man, and it doesn't. Make sure it's something that doesn't jeopardize your performance in your work and school, man. It's something that you can just do, deflate, and you know, unwind. And okay, Monday's coming again. Let's get back to it, man. Let's go. Boom. Work, school, work, school. Then you do your thing all over again, and in between you work out, whatever it is you need to do. But you need to have balance, man. So make sure you get a routine in. All right. Something I also want to mention briefly is internships, but I'll kind of work on that later on in another separate video. Okay. So like I said, those were the 4 main steps that you want to take care of right now before you even start going to school, before you even look into going to school, right? Is your finances, is the bag right, man? Do I have the bag secured for school? If you do, then okay, that's good. Second, find the right college, man. If you live in a big city or in a fairly sized city, then definitely do go to your Michigan State University or Florida State University or some large institution, right? If you live in the outskirts of some small Midwest town or whatever, you might have to look into the possibility of having to travel from your house to an institution, to your institution. So that's another factor to consider. But make sure that whatever institution you look for has to be ABET accredited. Do your research, man. Look into it, and make sure that they're accredited. Third is to inform yourself on the program, man. Of course, see what kind of classes you're going to be taking. How many classes? How long will it take? And once you have all that out, make sure you take the classes as they come. So some of those classes you can't take before you take other ones. So say, for example, if you were to take a water treatment class, before that you're going to have to be taking your chemistries and your biologies and things of that sort. So make sure you inform yourself on that inform yourself first before you go out and get advised by someone at the institution. And once you know what classes you need to take, and they'd say, oh yeah, that's true, yeah, you need to take those classes, well, then you have nothing to worry about. But if they start telling you like, oh no, well, that's not how it is, and that's how it goes, look, we do it this way, then you're gonna have to like make some decisions there, because you want to make sure for sure that the classes that you're taking are gonna apply for your bachelor's degree. And so you do want to do your due diligence research on that. Be diligent in that regard, and do things right. And the fourth one, like I said, get yourself a routine in, man. If you have if you're gonna be working, which more than likely you are, do your work, man. Do your work. Put it in that time. Gotta do what you gotta do. Go to school. Attend classes. You gotta get home, study, finish your assignments, whatever it is you gotta do, and then you go ahead and do your play, right? So make sure you have that balance, man. Make sure you treat yourself, man. Like make sure you treat yourself every now and then. Go out or whatever it is that you like to do to have fun, and take care of yourself, man. Be more conscious with yourself, and if you build good habits early on, man, they're gonna sustain you out for a very, very long lifetime. And so you definitely do not want to you don't want to overdo anything, right? However, if you're the type of person that says, I want to push it to the limit, man, I want to see how much I can last, I want to see how much I can go, and if you're that type of person, by all means, man, like that's really great too, because you can really see how far you can go and challenge yourself and be more, efficient, competitive, and what have you. Like, if you want to do that as well. But figure out a way, man. Figure out a safe way that you consider safe, that you consider healthy, to maintain yourself throughout these years in school. So do that, man. And so, like I said, from this point on until you graduate, shit has to be linear, man. Linear, straightforward. All right. And so with that, I conclude this video, man. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you'd like to know if you like to keep up with my content, please subscribe, and I'll keep you guys updated on further engineering videos. I do have another series where I don't tend to talk anything related to engineering. It's just more, free talk. The series are called Tunes and Discussions. It's been a while since I've posted a video in that series, but I got a couple on right now, so if you want to go ahead and check those out, by all means, go for it. But with that, I'll go ahead and let you guys go. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.